Hey, this is the trusted handyman, Gary Black, coming to you out of Columbia, South Carolina. I've got another video I want to go over about changing the cartridge in a faucet. This faucet is a single handle kitchen faucet. It's actually made by American Standard, and it's one of your newer style faucets. You know, it is the single handle. It's got the pull down sprayer, mash button changes, different stuff like that. But anyway, we're going to be talking about changing the cartridge in the single handle faucet, and the majority of them are the same as far as the process on how you take the cartridge out. Reasons you might want to change out a cartridge is you have leaking around here. You have, you know, the faucet continually leaks after you turn it off. That would be a sign that the cartridge has problems as well. So anyway, let's jump right in, and I'll show you how to take the handle off to get to the actual cartridge inside. Again, this faucet is not connected to a sink, obviously. Anytime you are working on any type water appliance, I recommend either turning the water off to the house or turning the water off at the faucet itself, which would be a cutoff valve, in this case under the sink. So turn the hot and the cold off. So let's jump right into it. The cartridge, like I said before, is located under the handle. First thing you need to do is actually remove this little hot cold symbol. And usually I take a small screwdriver to remove that so that it doesn't damage it. Today I'm going to use my knife, which works well too. Sometimes it will damage that, but my other screwdriver is on my truck. So we just kind of pop that out of there like so. And sometimes they do break. Sometimes you get lucky and they don't break. Just keep in mind that this faucet would be sitting, you know, in someone's sink, probably like this. You know, where they have the handle this way, and you turn it hot, cold, whatever you want to do. So I have the flexibility of moving it around a little bit because it's not connected to a sink, but you just have to work accordingly to how you can access the faucet. I'll try and keep it upright best I can for this demonstration so you can really see how to work on it. So inside this hole, I don't know if you can see that in the camera or not, there is an Allen screw in there, which is a set screw that holds the handle on. So you just have to find the correct size Allen. I've got a set of different Allen wrenches that I keep in my bag for different things like this. I've taken the one out today just so it'd be easier for me to find. And you just have to get in there, find the set screw, and just turn it. My recommendation is not to take the set screw all the way out. Just turn it a couple times, then see if the handle comes off. As you can see, the set screw is sitting right in there. So the handle came off. I turned it about 3 or 4 times. So we can take the handle and set it aside. Here's kind of what it looks like. This is the actual cartridge inside of this faucet. That's what allows the water to flow. So we're going to remove this cover. Once you remove that cover, this piece comes off. It's just a threaded on piece here. Gives you access to the actual cartridge, okay? So this is the actual valve cartridge that gives you the selection of hot and cold water and how much water comes through, okay? This cartridge has 2 alignment pins on it, which are these little things here. They align inside of the faucet. If you can see, their alignment hole there, alignment hole there. Those are valve holes where the water comes through and they mix. So it's kind of like a mixer valve. But those are the alignment pins that I'm talking about that helps you make sure this cartridge is fitted in properly, okay? Usually whenever you receive one of these cartridges from the store or in the mail, whenever you receive a new one, this little rubber seal or rubber gasket is usually off of it in the package just because of shipping and stuff. Sometimes whenever you remove these from the old faucet, make sure you look in there and make sure this is not just laying in there, because if you don't remove that, if it's laying in there and you don't remove it, when you go and put your new one on top of it, it's not going to seat very well and you're going to have leaks. So just keep in mind, you want to make sure you remove this one off of the old one. If it falls off into the mixer valve, just make sure you remove it. When you receive your new one, if this is off of it, and 9 times out of 10 they are, just make sure you put it on correctly. They just kind of line up with the shapes. You just kind of look at how it's set up on there. See, that doesn't work. Turn it around till it fits, and bingo. You just press that in and it fits right in. Makes a nice tight seal in there. Okay. Some manufacturers, whenever you buy a new cartridge, they'll give you a little bit of, give you a little packet of kind of like grease you can put in there as well. So really that's all that it takes to remove the cartridge. That's it. So if we want to put the cartridge back on, remember, make sure you line up these alignment notches here in the correct place. So all you do is, usually I just take it and just kind of turn it a little bit until it kind of fits in place, okay? But remember, the faucet would be standing up like this on a sink. So you kind of put it in there and hold it till you can get the locking ring on it. Take the locking ring, get it started. Make sure you do not cross thread it. And that's really all you have to do. Just kind of, I hand tighten that pretty good so that it doesn't come off. Now you can see that's how the cartridge works, okay? So if we just put the handle up on it, I usually do that just to verify that it's working correctly. Turn it back and forward like that. That's how you turn the water on and off on this faucet, okay? So I'll loosen that up a little bit. So that's really all you have to do. Take the handle, put it in a position where you can work. You know, you might have a backsplash here real close. You can turn it towards you, but there's that set screw in there. Remember I told you, try not to remove that set screw totally. So you take your Allen wrench, okay, line it up in there, turn that set screw. I try and take one hand and hold that handle on really well, and then I really tighten this thing down pretty tight, because that's what holds the handle on, and that's what gets the most action when you're using it. You know, people are pulling on this all the time, turning it hot to cold, what have you. But really, that's it. You put that screw in, and then you put your little cover back on. This cover's broken, so it's probably not going to stay in good. Just try and turn it around to, you know, wherever the hot and the cold is. And that's it. Turn your water back on to your faucet and test it out. If for some reason water is coming back out of the handle, then that means that little rubber seal that I was showing you, That means that it's not seated in there correctly, or it means that you forgot to remove the old one. Like I was saying, it might still be laying in there and it didn't allow the cartridge to seat all the way. So, but if you had a leaking faucet, replacing the cartridge should fix that, and you shouldn't have any more trouble with it. I have seen where if you have low pressure coming out of the faucet, it's the cartridge as well. You have to replace the cartridge. But before you do that with low pressure, make sure you clean these nozzles, you know, soak them in vinegar or something. Just make sure you clean them well, you know, before you go out and try and replace the cartridge, or you hire somebody to do it. And this will easily just screw off if you want to clean it. If you want to soak that in something, I don't know about CLR, it might damage this finish, but something like maybe water and vinegar solution would probably fix that. But you can take that off really easy and soak that. So that's kind of a little extra tidbit on the video. But that's how you change a faucet cartridge in a single handle faucet. That's a lot to say. This is an American standard, and you can buy these cartridges off of the factory's website, or you can go to your local hardware store, Home Depot, Lowe's, Ace Hardware, True Value, whatever's in your area. So again, if you like this video, please subscribe, please like it. And again, I'm Gary Black with another handyman in Columbia, South Carolina, with the Trusted Handyman channel on YouTube. Thanks.